Welcome back to the National Heads Up Poker Championship presented by GoDaddy.com. The first round comes to a close as the final 16 hit the felt in the diamonds bracket. In the center of the action, Annie Duke goes heads up against actor Brad Garrett. Annie, you know, you've been in the public eye a lot more recently with your appearance on The Apprentice. Can you take anything from that experience and bring it to the poker table?
I'm in the middle of a hand.
I'm sorry, Brad, but it's time to talk to Annie. 1 second.
Look at this
Annie.
flop.
Can I bring any of that to the poker table? Yes. Here, at least nobody tells you you're fired.
That's pretty good.
It's all uphill now. It's all uphill from that experience because there's no one across the boardroom from me going, you're fired.
How are you going to play him today? I mean, how do you prepare against an actor like Brad Garrett?
Mostly, I'll tell you what I did. I went and I had my hearing.
I don't think the camera can see you that
We've got
way.
plenty of cameras, Brad. Okay, let's get over to you. I think he wants some attention. How are you going to play somebody like Annie Duke?
I don't have much of a game. I'm just here to kind of hang with Annie Duke.
We'll leave it at
okay,
that.
right?
We'll let you guys get it going.
And I'd appreciate if you don't interrupt us when we're in the middle of a hand.
All right, let's get the cards in the air, guys. Good luck.
Here are the matchups in the Diamonds bracket. Vanessa Selbst versus David Oppenheim. Greg Raymer takes on Jennifer Harmon. David Benjamin squares off against Gus Hansen. Kenny Tran is head-to-head with Antonio Esfandiari. Kenny Ye against the hooded face of Phil Locke. Meanwhile, Huck Seeds up against Jonathan Little. Chad Brown faces off against Glenn Shorney. While our featured table has Annie Duke taking on Brad Garrett, who's going out of his way to make sure there's no such thing as a dull moment. Brad Garrett's war cry.
Where's the face paint?
Hey!
King 3 for Annie.
Okay, so I hold him here so you can see at home and I do that, right?
Yep, she raised you. It's 800 total. You're already in for 300. Your big blind's 300.
Oh, so my big blind is 3 and I have to add 5?
If you want to keep playing.
I will keep playing.
Okay.
Okay.
Ace 6 for Garrett, he
Look
calls.
again. All right.
Brad's demeanor enough to make any poker pro salivate.
Belly buster for Garrett on the flop.
Check. Don't do it. Okay, see, now you're bullying me. I am a man.
Bully you? I haven't won a hand yet, Brad.
There's a reason, Annie. I am a man.
Annie
What
bets
is it?
1,050.
1,050. Very, very tempted, and I'll tell you why. Well, I'm going to have to see it. 1,050.
50, correct.
I'm going to look at one card.
Okay.
Brad calls.
Tell me if you like it.
I will.
All right.
In love with it.
Okay.
Brad pairs his ace.
Who bets?
You do.
Easy
Really?
game.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going 1,000.
Garrett bets 1,000.
Okay.
Annie Duke, the poker pro, folds to comedian Brad Garrett, who's clearly carrying himself in a unique fashion at the table. He also has a unique motivation for playing in this tournament.
You really know the reason why I'm really here? I'm really at this poker event so I can level the playing field. Because at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of idiot savants. That's all poker people are. They're just guys who are good at math. I'm going to bring them down a notch. What is your name?
Nelson.
I'm calling you Carol.
Carol? Sweet.
All right.
Garrett trying to just ruffle feathers all the way around, Ali.
Craig, I'm going to call you Betty.
What, so I have to have a girl's name too, Ali?
Oh, that's so wrong. I wasn't involved in the naming process.
Okay, you're right. Annie with 5-6 suited, she raises, and then Garrett with Queen 9 calls.
1,600 up for grabs.
Duke pairs her 6 on the flop. Check, check. Another diamond on the turn.
Garrett picks up a gut shot straight draw.
You couldn't have liked the 8. You're sucking me in. I'm not buying it.
Annie bets 800.
I got to see one. I know this is, it's a gut shot.
Okay.
Now, would you go for a gut shot on the
No.
river? You wouldn't?
Not here, no.
Brad calls. Ali, are poker players always so genuine and honest?
Not the good ones.
The river's no straight for Brad, but it brings a full house for Annie.
That doesn't make a gut shot, just so you know.
I know. Check. You're not. You have nothing.
Garrett checks.
That is
Annie bets 1,200.
That is 1,200. You don't have to do it. How do you shave at night? That was
Brad
amazing.
folds.
And I should know better than to mess with...
Annie Duke, obviously well known for her poker prowess, but also making a prominent foray into television on The Celebrity Apprentice 2.
One thing that was really positive for me about that experience was finding out exactly what I was capable of as a human being in terms of the volume of work or the quality of work that I could produce in an extremely short period of time.
Annie, you are smarter than everybody, you are better than everybody, and you talk even louder than I do.
The fact that I was doing poker really helped me because I think I was more used to being challenged in a way. Because you really have to have a lot of stamina on The Celebrity Apprentice. And that's what I do. $5. $5, come on. A large part of the job is toughness and being able to deal with like emotional ups and downs. It turned out to be a really positive experience. I'm very, very, very happy I did it.
After dealing with the Donald, how intimidating can Brad really be?
What is it?
Annie Duke.
Good impersonation.
Yes,
You got a career ahead of you. 8-6 suited for Annie. She raises to 1,000.
All right, I'm going to go for that.
Queen 5 suited for Brad.
I could take
He
that
calls.
Annie Duke.
Annie Duke.
Pair of 6s for Duke on the flop.
2,000.
Flush draw for Garrett.
That is 2,000.
This would be an amazing time for you to go all in. You wouldn't do that this early. Oh, don't, Annie.
Annie calls Brad's bet of 2,000.
I like Brad leading out with the flush draw there.
No help for
Check.
Brad on the turn, and he checks.
Doesn't want to fire a second barrel with just a draw.
She is not happy.
Annie bets 3,200.
3,200.
3,200. Well, I wish you could help me with what my odds would be. So if I need a club, I have a 25% shot. Is that
20%.
true? 20? Oh, it went down because it's Vegas.
Only at Caesars, it's 20%. It's a special for the day.
Yeah, because you get 22, I think, at the Flamingo.
You're a 4-to-1 dog, so.
I'm a 4-to-1 dog.
So it's 80%, 20%.
But then I have a pair. So does that change my percentage?
Well, it depends on whether the pair is good or not.
Okay, what is the bet?
32.
What is it?
32.
32. 3,002.
AKA discouragement.
Is that right?
Yep,
Yes.
Garrett calls, and Annie doesn't seem happy.
Club. Bubba Toe.
Brad hits his club.
This is where you have to think about what is really happening to I'm going to take these off. I'm going to do this and this.
Medic.
4,000.
Brad bets 4,000. Annie quickly folds.
Easy laydown when your man tells you what he's
I
got.
want to show you.
Brad shows the goods.
Thank you. Coming to get you, Helmuth. Coming to Bellevue, and I'm getting a bunk right over you.
That doesn't make a gut shot, just so you know.
I know.
Bet is 1,200.
That is 1,200. What is your name?
Nelson.
I'm calling you Carol.
Strange things are afoot at the featured table.